Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Walt Wines Happy Hour. This is our ongoing Tuesday afternoon social where we hang out with the who's making news in the world of wine and also the world of sports and pop culture. So you just never know who's going to show up. And today we have an amazing guest that I'll get to in just a second. A true VIP, an MVP, and all the other acronyms that you can associate to some greatness on the field. But before I do, I just wanted to, as always, we can't get rid of this little bug, this little COVID-19. I just wanted to thank our frontline workers, those of you who are going out to work and keeping us safe. Wanted to thank the nurses, the doctors, the police officers, the firemen, the people who are wearing masks, people who are keeping things alive and keeping things going in this world. And so I just wanted to take that moment to say thank you and please keep up the hard work. We're going to talk a little bit more about what's going on in the world, but I also wanted to just take a moment to note that we will be drinking the 2017 Brown Ranch today and the 2018 Rosellas. Both of those kick off a really awesome week, which we call Member Appreciation Week. So for those club members who are calling in today and who are joining us from all over the country, thank you for being a club member at Walt Wines. This is your week, and we have specials online for you if you want to join us for those and play along with the tastings as we go forward in the next couple weeks, because we'll be doing this a little longer. Also, we have Red, White, and New, celebrating the 4th of July all the way into the next week. 20% off all the wines in our Red, White, and New set. So please be sure to check in online. Join us on Facebook on Fridays and on our Tuesday happy hours with Instagram. Well, the next person that I've got, I don't know what happened. Somehow I started a job in wine and I'm just chasing all my heroes. This was a guy who was about 5 years ahead of me when I was playing football. He was coming out of a huge career at Georgia, joined the Denver Broncos. He is the two-time MVP, Super Bowl two-time winner. I have Terrell Davis with me today. Just over the moon. I don't know how I'm going to talk, but we're going to figure this out. We're going to drink some wine. Terrell, are you out there? It's coming all the way in. Damn, thanks, man.
Already started, buddy.
What's up,
Jeff?
What's up, Terrell? Thanks so much, man. I appreciate coming on with us. How is everything going down there?
It's going well. Have some smooth wine, by the way. I'm just getting my Tuesday. I wouldn't say started. I worked out earlier today, put that work in. Yeah, you got to get the workout in first.
So you have to work out. You got your Defy recovery drink.
Oh yeah, you get the drink in. Yeah, I was drinking this earlier today. You got to get that in you. That's the 0 too. There's no sugar in that one, so that's the Defy 0.
I'm all about that because then I can drink more of this.
Exactly. You save room for that, my friend.
Well, I appreciate you coming on a show about Pinot Noir. I know you're a giant Cabernet fan, and we'd love to have you send you some of those wines too. But hopefully, we'll talk a little bit about that. But before we get going, wanted to see how your life's doing. You know, how's the summer going? You had this last time I checked in with you, which I think was the NFL draft. And how are things starting to work their way out as far as the world of sports?
Well, sports it's uncertain. You know, we have a lot of leagues that are trying to start up. You got NBA starting up, I think, in a few weeks, right? Yeah. You got MLB starting up in a few weeks. PGA, which I'm so excited because I love golf, man. So the fact that the PGA Tour is back up, man, that made my weekends, my Thursdays through Sunday, a lot more enjoyable. I mean, the bummer is that kids' sports aren't back yet. At least for my kids, they're not playing basketball, running track, or playing soccer. So everybody's at home, and it's kind of unfortunate for them. But there's starting to become some normalcy of sports, which is good. I'm playing in the American Century this week. I don't know if you know that, man.
I do know the American Century. Yeah,
that's a good tournament.
That's Lake Tahoe, right? For those
Lake Tahoe.
For those of you who are not as familiar with the most epic tournament on the West Coast.
The big names are in there. I think Patrick Mahomes is playing in that. Aaron Rodgers plays in that. Tony Romo, Mark Mulder. I think he won it a few times. So it's a real big tournament.
Steph Curry
plays in there. It's like our major, right? I've only finished. I think the highest I finished was like 60 something. It's
Well,
tough, man. It's a tough tournament.
but you've made the cut because I've watched you in the second round. Lining up usually just behind Justin Timberlake, right? He's always.
Well, I got news for you. There is no cut, which is good.
Oh, there's no cut.
So no cut, brother. I'm gonna tell folks, yes, I made the cut, but there is no cut.
All right. Fair enough. Well, I wanted to talk a little bit about the wine and get your take on it, if that's all right, and then spill into things that you have going on. So the first wine is 2017 Brown Ranch, if you've got that in your glass.
Yep, that's when I have that.
So we're making wine for Walt. We make wine from as far north as the Willamette Valley to as far south as the Santa Rita Hills. And I knew you were a vineyard owner. You had a property in Temecula where you guys sold grapes. And so we buy grapes and own grapes that make our wines. This is actually purchased. So we purchased this fruit from the Renteria family. It's a little more robust, has more cranberry flavors to it. It lives in a hillside. Speaking of golf, I interviewed Katie Kearney at this vineyard actually about 3 months ago. She joined me up there. So if you see her at the American, you can say that you had the same wine that she was drinking. But
I would do that.
But what I was interested in your take. You're an astute wine guy. So
I think you're pumping me up to be more than what I am. I'm a normal. Here's the thing about me. I love wine.
Uh-huh.
So it's a person who loves wine would like. I'm not saying that any wine, but so in Temecula we would go wine tasting.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to drink the wine or sip it and spit it out. I never did that, man. So if I'm gonna go wine taste, I'm going wine drinking. There is no spitting out for me. Like I'm not gonna do it and swish it around and spit it out. I'm gonna drink it. Mm-hmm. And so I don't know. Like I know you're supposed to taste like some leather in there. Sometimes it's like the oak barrel. You're supposed to be able to taste some of these things or smell. So that's not me. But this is good. Like this is really good. Like my thing is either it's good or it's not. This.
Yes. Absolutely. So that's the basic premise of any wine is it a good wine or is it a bad wine?
So I used to love Pinot. Used to be my favorite wine.
All right.
And then I switched to Cab, and now I like Cab. Yeah, I think the Cabs. I don't know. They have a little bit more bold flavor to them. I think.
Yep.
But I used to be a Pinot Noir drinker for many years. And then somehow I had that Cab. I was like, I don't know.
Well, the presence of tannin on the palate, I think a lot of people come into wine in Pinot Noir specifically because it tends to be more fruitful. It has the presence of sweetness. And then as soon as you get serious about wines, you're getting more tannic, right? The wines are going to be bolder. They're going to be richer. They're going to be more dry. They're going to be more expensive for that matter too. That plays a matter into it. But man, I appreciate that. That's great. And as you know, I told you ahead of time, Megan's our winemaker, and she is a massive Denver Broncos fan. So big thank you to you from Megan.
Let me give her a little salute there. Ding. Good job, Megan.
Yeah, I know she's watching right now. She probably left her bottling meeting to come into this. Hey, we wanted to play a quick game with you, if that's all right, because you're a big competitor. And so we lined up a couple questions, if that's okay. So this is called Two Truths and a Lie. So I'm going to give you three statements, and you need to tell me which one is true, or just tell me which one's a lie. That's the easiest way to do it.
Which one's a lie? Okay.
All right. So as someone who ran for 2,000 yards, you got one of these already. Running backs that rush for 2,000 yards in a season. Terrell Davis, Adrian Peterson, Frank Gore. Who's the lie?
Frank Gore. Come on, man.
That's my boy. San Francisco.
I know.
Yeah.
Frank's still going at it, too.
That's crazy, right? He's just banging away, like still in the league.
Chipping away at those yards, man. So good for him, though.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about a guy that was, you were a great player between the tackles. I mean, you had great speed, too, but where you were really solid was between the tackles, and you were talking about the patience. And so Frank Gore, I think, is probably the similar.
Oh, no question. And it doesn't get hit. I mean, he has a way. He's like Marcus Allen to me, where he knows how to turn his body to a way where he never takes those big shots. That's why he's playing so long.
Yeah. All right, next question. You just mentioned one of these guys. Quarterbacks who passed for 5,000 yards and threw for 50 touchdowns in the same season. Mahomes, Drew Brees, Peyton Manning.
Well, I know Peyton and Mahomes did it. So then
It's got to
Drew
be.
Brees did do it.
Drew Brees, yes, he's the only guy.
Yeah, dude, that's high. That's high. Ooh, boy.
He threw for the 5,000, but he only got 46 touchdowns. So
When you say only.
you're totally right, man. Sorry
Only
about that.
46.
Sorry, Drew. Another, San Diego guy, right? I played for the San Diego before he had the big season. All right, and then kickers, because I had to think of the question that you may not get right?
Yeah, you might get me on this one.
You're right.
Yep.
So kickers who scored over 2,000 points in their career.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Vinatieri, Matt Stover, Sebastian Janikowski.
Wow. I say Stover.
Janikowski. Can you believe it?
What?
Dude's been there forever. I think he's still kicking somewhere. Like he's still.
He didn't hit 2,000?
No. He had 1913.
Oh.
So Vinatieri is the easy one, right? 2,600. Yeah. Stover just passed it, 2004, and then Janikowski, 1913.
That is pretty impressive. That's pretty impressive. Okay.
Well, that's because the Raiders sucked.
Yeah, I know. Wow.
I know, crazy, huh?
He played for at least 20 years. No, he was in the year for 20.
I feel like he's still playing. Like, I think he went to the Detroit Lions for a little while. I lost him after he left the Raiders. But anyways, I don't know.
He went somewhere.
But it's all good. It's all good. So we got another set of questions for you, but I had some just off questions about, the world of journalism, and you're kind of jumping into TV now.
Yeah.
How's that looking like? What's it looking like? As far as how's your connections going in that business, and what do you think about the world in front of a TV instead of in front of a, group of angry men?
Well, I've been with the NFL Network since 2003.
Yep.
So it's been a while. I've been working with them, but I've done some. I guess I'm doing other stuff now. Like I called games for the first time last year with Westwood Radio, which is interesting because you have to watch the game and let the fans know how you see it, but they can't see it, so you can't say, "Well, look at that. You see this play?" Right. Certain things you can't say, so it's trying to bring the game to the fans. But I do like radio. That was pretty fun. But again, I've been doing it so long that I just trying to get better and better each year. I think that's the goal for anybody, is try to improve upon each year.
Yeah. Right.
Difficult to stay in. So, I think that's the key for everybody. How can I come into this business? How can I stay in this business? And try to improve every single year. That seems to be my year goal. So
is Steve Mariucci, is he still in Fox or down at Fox on NFL Network with you guys?
Yeah, Mooch is there. Yeah, Mooch. I think Mooch won an award. I think he's got an Emmy or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that dude, he's good.
So I've actually poured Mooch a glass of wine. Have you ever had a glass of wine with Mooch?
I have not, but I hear he's got an amazing basement and an amazing collection of wines in his home. I
saw him at Campo de Bocce with when John Madden used to do that event out in Livermore, which is in California, for those of you who aren't chiming in, and had a long conversation with him about wine. But I hear he's pretty deep when it comes to the cellar.
His cellar is amazing. Yeah, I was like, I don't have that kind of collection there. What kind of matter of fact, what you got? What you working with at home? What kind of collection you got at home?
Who, me?
You.
I got a lot of what we make. I can say that.
So you're a product of the product, is what you say, huh?
I'm a product of the product. So I worked for Morton's Steakhouse before I got the job with the Halls. We're owned by Craig and Catherine Hall. Her maiden name is Walt, which is why we call the brand Walt. It's named for her dad. And I was in Santa Barbara. I was working in restaurants. That's how I got into wine. So I've got some of that Santa Barbara wine still in my cellar. I like to go down there.
Yeah.
I had to quickly, when I was in restaurants in Santa Barbara, I had to figure out how to sell wine at Morton's, because that's all Cabernet driven, right? So that's a huge Cabernet house. And so started going up to Napa, started learning the producers in Napa, took a job with them in 2006. And 14 years later, I get to run the Walt brand, which is a lot of fun, because when you get the chance to work in restaurants, you learn about wine. When you start working in at the winery, you learn about how to make the wine and how the sourcing of the wine works and how the business behind it works. And that's really when you're kind of, now I'm getting to TD levels of MVP.
I should have been at your level because I told you I had a vineyard in Temecula. My partner and I bought a vineyard in Temecula, and we were going to build a winery. We were looking all over the place.
Yeah.
Out there at the time, there was South Coast who built their winery. They had it was Stuart Cellar. They had and then they had the almond place out there, almond champagne that I got from. Yeah,
I've heard of that.
Man, that was my first time getting that one. That was from Wilson Creek. Now, Wilson Creek used to have they used to have their little band, and they go out there for brunch, and they had this almond champagne, man, that just was ridiculous. Like it was ridiculous. Like it's sweet. You eat that with like some chocolate. Dessert. To this day, people who know me, when they if it was my birthday or whatever, they want to bring me a drink, they're gonna bring me some almond champagne.
Right.
They know that. Right. That's my go-to right there.
Cabernet, almond champagne. We'll put the Pinot in the middle.
Cab goes. That's when I'm at dinner. That's my serious wine, right?
All right.
The almond champagne is more of a dessert. It's after dinner. It's the brunch. You throw a little orange juice in there. The mimosa going on.
For sure.
That's that one.
Yeah, little French toast. Little
French toast with that. Yeah. But what I was saying is I should have kept that land. We should have developed that winery, and we should have because we did the same thing. We had a vineyard and we were selling the grapes. And we ended up selling the property because it was just too good. We it's like, do we go into business or do we just sell the property because the value was going up? And
so if you were talking to Craig Hall right now, the winery, they love the winery, they love the wine business, it's their thing. But man, he's with you. He's like, we could have just stuck to a house and growing grapes and simplify. But no, we like it. Just the minute you go from growing it to making it, it's like it takes 2 years to make wine. So you got to literally grow it twice before you can make any money on it. So
yeah.
Anyways,
well, thank God he stuck to it because otherwise we wouldn't be having this great wine. Yeah, right?
Me too. Yes, exactly. And for those of you who are checking in, we have some great sales on our wines. So check us out at waltwines.com. All right. So I want to pour the next glass. I want to move us up, closer to you actually. So this is Rosella's.
I don't pour my wine. I have to drink it.
That's all right, man. Ready? I'll just pour you a glass.
So you pour me one, all right? You have the Rosellas?
Rosellas, yes.
Rosellas.
This is named for the wife of the owner of the vineyard. So Rosella Francione. They're up in Monterey, not too far from Pebble Beach. If you ever had a chance to play out on Pebble?
I played Pebble for the first time last year, and I'm playing again in September.
Oh, that's great.
And I had I guess it was a tale of two tapes.
Okay.
So we started off on I think our first round was at Spyglass, the first one we played, or Spanish Spyglass.
Yeah.
And I shot a decent round there. Actually, it was a pretty good round for a guy who didn't play golf in a long time. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm about to go have a great time at Pebble. Oh, I went to Pebble, man. I was up in the hundreds, man. Pebble did this to me. Pebble beat me up pretty bad, but you can't get mad because you're out there on the bay, and you see in this gorgeous ocean, this beautiful course, and so it's an iconic course, and every hole you're thinking about the pros playing there, you're thinking, okay, this is a shot that Tiger Woods hit over this, over this creek. 18's amazing, so I mean it was a great experience. I'm gonna have to go back.
But just like Edgewood, it's got that lake or that ocean that's right on the right side, and that's where all my balls seem to go. I don't know why that just keeps happening.
It goes there. You know why? Because that's the last thing. That's the last thing that's on your. It was on my mind too, and I didn't go in the ocean. I went so far right because I wanted to avoid the ocean, and I ain't going so far right on that one. But we played it twice. I had a great time there. We played that one. Played all the courses over there. Yeah. So if you've never played that, if you've never been in that area and played, Pebble, I highly recommend it. It's not cheap. I can tell you that. It's not cheap.
No, I got invited to play. I'm going to be playing Complete. A friend of mine's bringing me down on Friday, so that's why I wanted to bug you about that because I know you've been out there. So I'm super excited. It's right.
Let me know.
All
let
right.
me know how you shoot.
So to Rosellas, so this is from the Monterey area. So Monterey County. It's on the other side. It's about 3 hills between Pebble Beach and the inland part where you see the Salinas Valley start to play out in the town of Solvang. And that's kind of the region where Santa Lucia Highlands is born. It's the only east-facing wine region in California. It's actually the only east-facing wine region that I know outside of Burgundy. And it makes wines that have a richer complexity, and it's very different from the north to the south. So the wines tend to be more pretty, red, opulent in the north, and in the south, they tend to take on more of that rustic Pinot Funk, and then with a lot of structure. So those are that's the north and the south. And Gary Francione is the owner of this vineyard, and he has a vineyard on the south side too. We buy it from both of them. And this wine, though, for me, is really what I love. And we received 97 points on it. So congrats, Megan. You're doing a good job.
Yeah, Megan, this is awesome. And everything you said, Jeff, I echo that. All those terms you used. This is good. And Megan, I told you she was smart because she's a Broncos fan.
And a great winemaker. So, I mean, right there, right? All right, so she had some questions for you, some rapid fire questions. And I'm going to ask you if that's all right.
Let's go.
All right, let's do it. All right, after winning a Super Bowl, what's your celebratory drink?
Oh, at that time it was that was just vodka cranberry. That was vodka.
Okay.
Yeah, that was vodka.
Was that in San Diego when you won your first Super Bowl?
San Diego, and then following year it was in Miami. So we had.
How cool was that to bring it home in your hometown?
Oh wow! Come on, like that when you have the dream of winning that game, and you place it in your hometown in front of your fans, your friends, family.
Yeah.
A little bit more pressure, but yeah, I think from standpoint,
but
the game
just
was awesome.
Yeah, bring it in. All right, next question. How heavy is that?
It's
is it like bottle weight or is it like Magnum weight? It's 3 liter weight?
It's a little heavier than that. I mean, it's a little heavier than a bottle. So it's probably, I want to say it's probably 30 pounds. I want to say that. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That's 30 or 40 pounds is what I'm thinking.
That's a case of wine. So just to give you an idea.
The hall might call me and say, "T, that thing is heavy," or they will give me the exact weight, but it feels like it's about 30 pounds.
All right.
But it's supposed to last 40,000 years, supposedly. That bronze bust in Canton, they said it's made to last for 40,000 years. Now, no one's going to be around to see if it's still here 40,000 years from now, but that's what they say.
My wine won't be around 40,000 years from now, so congrats. There you go. How about you're still in this, so I'm going to ask you the current. What's the best away locker room in the NFL right now?
Well, they've changed locker rooms a lot now. They've really have made those lockers look like hotels. They have, Xboxes in the locker room. Some of these lockers now have beds in them. I'd say when I played locker, I don't know. I never really paid attention to the lockers. Like I played the stadiums. I think the best stadium that I played in terms of fans, the energy, the atmosphere was always Kansas City. Kansas City was they had the best atmosphere. Play a road game. It was hard to play. It was loud, but it felt like you were in college, and in a good sense that their fans were always into the game. Was always loud. It's always red. It's not like some stadiums you go to. You see some team colors, but then you see like Denver's is always orange,
right?
But away game, Kansas City has the best away atmosphere.
Got it. Yeah, no. So, and I hate them because they won the Super Bowl last year, and I'm a Niners fan. So, I mean, I
didn't want to mention that, Jeff, but
it's okay, man. It's okay.
It happens, man. It happens.
All right. So, last question. I want to get on to what you're up to with what you got going on Defy. Worst uniforms in the NFL. I'll give you mine.
The worst, the Seahawks. Oh yeah, that's a rival. You don't. I see why you don't like those uniforms. Hey, those are kind of sweet. What you talking about, man?
No, I actually don't hate that uniform. I just,
You hate it. There's something about the Browns uniforms I'm not a fan of. The Browns are always. I don't care how they restyle a uniform. Every year they try to do something different. It's just a combination of brown and orange. I just can never.
But the brown and yellow is okay, right? With the,
I mean that's throwback right there, man. That's throwback. No, those are hideous too. All right, those are hideous too.
I had to do it, man. You're a Broncos fan, and they're pretty tried and true unis. So
thank God that we never did those throwbacks like that. I never wore those. No. I wanted to wear the orange with a little donkey on the not the donkey.
Yeah, the Bronco.
Now I sound like the little Bronco on the I wanted to wear that one, but I didn't.
No, that's all right. Hey, so since you've gotten out, you've been with the NFL Network for years. You're starting your broadcast career, but now you've got this thing going on the side for athletes that are trying to recover from different workouts. And as somebody who was you were the bell cow. You were the guy that they handed the ball to when they had to win the Super Bowl. Let's face it, they didn't win the Super Bowl when they played the Niners. They won it when you played with them. So, what's going on with Defy? And tell me a little bit about this drink.
Yeah, Defy. I'm excited about Defy. So Defy is it's a CBD beverage that I've been part of for the last 2 years. We formulated CBD. It has 0 THC in this bottle. It's got electrolytes, B vitamins, coconut water, everything you need to be, to replenish your workouts, to get you charged up, to perform, maintain, and recover. So 2 years ago, short story, 2 years ago, when I was physically just all beat up, chronic pain, inflammation, started looking to the CBD and tried it and realized within about, probably a 3-week period that it was super beneficial to my body. And before that, I hadn't tried it. And so the idea came, let's start a brand that we can put our energy into, be backed by science. And if we can have the gold standard, then I can be able to tell players about the same thing that's helping me out. And so 2 years ago, man, my life transformed. I don't know if you watch my Instagram, some stuff that I'm doing right now, but we have our TD30 challenge, which is.
I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah. And really, it's been a great product, man, just to help people overcome and challenge their everyday, and if you defy your everyday with something, that can help you actually physically feel better to work out, that's what it's done for me. And so I just want to share that with the world. We got this TD30 challenge that it's up, 30-day challenge. Every day we have something new for somebody to do. Yesterday was push-ups. Today was calf raises. We'll have something every single day. And once you follow us and you post your challenge, we have a leaderboard that you can get on the leaderboard. If you have our product, it doubles. So you get double points for doing a workout with our product. We have that. We also have our tincture right there.
Okay.
We have that. We have a muscle bomb. We have our other drinks. We have a lemonade.
So I went looking for this in a store, but I couldn't find it. So how do I get Defy? What's the easiest way?
Yeah, go to drinkdefy.com. And or go to defynation.com, either one of those two, and you can find our products there. And man, we're really excited about where we are right now. 2 years. We had our 1 year anniversary actually a couple of weeks ago, but it's been really fun, man. It's been beneficial. I feel great. My goal is to get to where, not that I'm coming back to play football.
Oh, come on!
No,
you dropping news?
There's no way that can
I was going to say. I got a small reach, man. I'd put it on a bigger
network. No way. No way would I play with the CUS.
Yes.
I figured I'd show people want to see these things, right? So that's actually.
Well, that was to steal that question. There you go.
That's the second one right there.
Oh man.
That one. That's the first one.
And
then this one is. This is the one I just got. That's the Hall of Fame ring.
Yeah, that's this guy right here.
Yeah, there it is. That's the one.
Yeah,
right there. That was pretty cool, man. They are all special. They are all they all mean something. But for some reason, I like this one. I mean, this one, the
first.
Yeah.
Oh, the second.
Well, that's the second one. That's the two on.
Yeah.
That's the second.
Yeah.
This one has more. This is more meaning because it's the first one. It's like your kids, right? Your first child. You like your first child better. But but that's
Don't tell my daughter I said that. She's upstairs listening to us right now.
no, my kids know. I always tell them my firstborn. He's different. I mean, in terms of he's the first one. He's always gonna be the first. But I love all my kids equally, depending on the day. They know that. It depends on the day. Depends on the day. They know what pecking order they come in.
That's true. I mean, sorry guys, but no. Hey, so I just wanted to ask you real quick if you were to compare this wine to a football player. That was the only question we got from the ether that kind of came through.
So
they wanted you to compare Rosellas to a football player.
To a football player. Wow. How about Eric Dickerson? In terms of the smoothness, it's got the again, it's not super bold, so it's not over the top, but it just has that. It has that maybe sweetness, maybe Walter Payton.
Well, I was gonna say, yeah,
maybe Walter Payton, right? It's not super sweet, but it's got a little bit of that sweet in there. Yeah,
little sweetness. And the thing about Walter was you didn't understand the power and the strength that he had behind, when he would come into you. And I think there's a little of that going on with Rosellas too. It's that sweetness and then the boldness,
You see the legs and those things right there? Yeah. now I'm acting like I know a little something about wine.
No, I think you got this, man. You got this. Well, hey, I just wanted to thank you, Terrell, for coming on with us, and TD, and a huge, big, warm welcome from the winery. If you ever can make it up here, I know you're down south and things are kind of weird right now, but if you feel like making a travel to see us, I hope you'll come visit. If
I'm ever in that area, matter of fact, I'm telling you, I'm going to Tahoe, so I'm close. I don't know how close, but I'm close.
You got to drop down about 3 hours.
3 hours.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
If I'm ever up in the area, I certainly will call you. I appreciate this, man. Thank you for the wine. I have lots that I will partake in and enjoy, and I'll give you the big Maha salute because you guys deserve that for what you've done. And we need to take any of these questions from the people online, man, because I see some. And I appreciate everybody. I appreciate everybody for tuning in and watching.
Well, if you want to stick around, I got a couple.
Respect. Yeah, let's do a couple, man.
Let's see if we got it.
Let's do a couple. Who's got some questions for me?
Dude, you've got some crazy questions out here, or crazy people out here.
Coming with the crazy questions.
Well, they want to know if you're at Edgewood soon. You're gonna be at Edgewood.
Yes. I'll be at Edgewood. I'll be at Edgewood. Coming up this week.
Aaron Coscarelli said hi.
What's up, Aaron?
What wine are you drinking this afternoon? Oh, come on, Rob. That's my buddy. Let me see. All right. One of the questions they had was, let me see, what football players do you drink wine with?
You know what's wild is the older I've gotten. I mean, I guess the players are all over the place, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so when you grow up, you kind of grow apart. And I haven't seen a lot of the players. I don't see them. I talk to them. I haven't seen them.
Yep.
So I have not had wine with any of my former teammates in a while. I just haven't. But I'll make sure. Hopefully next time we get together, we can get a bottle open. Probably, I would say the last person might have been John Mobley and Alfred Williams. Those
so
are
how about
guys that I played golf with and we had wine. Now that was 4 years ago.
How about the linemen? How would you get the Broncos linemen who don't talk in the media, who won't say anything? How do you get those guys to drink wine?
Well, it's funny that they didn't talk, but you have Mark Schlereth, who was on radio, TV, and everything else. You have Tom Nalens that has a radio show when he retired. They talked. They didn't talk to the media, but they talked. I don't know if we did a lot of wine drinking when we were playing. It was mostly hard liquor when we were playing. Let's be honest with you. It was mostly the cognacs and the Hennessy's and all that stuff. And I was drinking the vodkas and stuff. As a player, I drink vodka, maybe tequila, but I
got another question that just came in. I can actually put this on the screen. Which would you not drink wine with?
Not drink.
You don't have to
Which
answer that
football
question if you
players
don't feel like that.
definitely not drink wine, but I don't. Hey, I'll have a little glass with anybody. Was that Philip? Who was that? Philip Lindsay that came down there? No,
I don't know, man. I don't know.
these are amazing.
So I'm getting some help from the winery now. They're putting questions actually in this little queue for me so I can see them.
Oh, okay.
So other than football, which sport do you miss the most?
No, I would not lose to DeMarcus Ware or Charles
Oh,
Barkley.
yeah, that was a good one.
That ain't happening, okay? That's not happening. Okay. You know my game is better than that. Come on, Colton. Colton. That ain't happening, bro. That ain't happening.
Oh, wow. So who's that?
Colton Stonebrook says that. Do you think DeMarcus will lose to Charles? Oh, did DeMarcus lose? Well, DeMarcus, I don't think so. I think DeMarcus has worked on his game, and I think he was encouraged by playing in that event and losing to Charles. He knows he can't lose to Charles Barkley. I actually was Elway and I had a bet last year, and I was on him, man. He gives me a few strokes, but I was on him. I was round one. I was right there on him. And something happened in round 2 and 3. It didn't work out well. Yes, Elway is the GOAT. Yes, he is the GOAT.
Yes, always the GOAT.
Now, wait a minute. I did my top 5 quarterbacks a few weeks ago, and some people didn't like that. It was actually a couple of months ago, and I had Brady as the best quarterback ever. Had John Elway at number 2. So, and people say, well,
Montana?
how can you put Elway at number 2? I put Montana at 3.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good with that.
I had Montana at 3. I had 4. I had Dan Marino.
Okay.
People was like, and then I have Peyton Manning at 5.
You got 2 Broncos in there.
Yeah, maybe of course he is. Hey, your wife? Okay, I see you, Coach. All right, your wife's doing the Defy challenge. My man. All right.
So what's today? So what's today's Defy challenge? How do I get involved in this?
You got to get involved. You have to do 25 calf raises, and you have to post Defy Nation. Post it. And then we have a leaderboard. So if you post it with a product, if you post it with this, you get double points.
Got it.
So at the end of 30 days, the winner gets a bunch of product. They get I can't remember what it was. They get like a one-on-one Zoom call with me. I think you get a year's worth of product and stuff like that. So we got a lot of good stuff for people. What food do you like to pair with your wine?
Sorry, didn't mean to drop that on you. You were asking a question.
Go ahead. No, go with that one.
So we had a question come in about Philip Lindsay.
Yes.
Is he going to be traded?
I haven't heard anything about being traded. If y'all heard something,
to me.
That's news to me. No, I don't think he'll be traded.
No.
Yeah, it doesn't. No, that doesn't even sound like it would make any sense. Just because they brought in what's my running back there?
To the Broncos?
Yeah, Gordon. They brought in Gordon.
Yes.
They're 2 different backs. And remember, it's not about what it used to be. It used to be like one back kind of ran everything, and then if they had a back there, they get rid of him. But now it's not about that. It's about you have to acquire more talent back there. You want to have a rotation of 2 or 3 backs, especially if they're different kinds of running backs. And Melvin Gordon and Philip Lindsay are 2 different styles. So definitely that. I saw somebody.
They still got Reese, Royce Freeman. Is he still playing for the Broncos now?
Yeah. And so, I'm saying you have 3-man rotation. He's kind of, he's got to get things going.
Yeah.
I know he's your buddy.
Yeah. He's my duck, my Oregon duck, for sure.
He's got to get things going.
Yeah, he does. He had it going for us, man. He was great for us. So, but not everyone can make it from college stardom all the way to MVP, right? Get that ring going.
I wasn't college stardom, so I don't know who you're talking to. Who you talking to?
Yeah. Okay, Georgia Bulldog. All right.
I was a Bulldog, but I wasn't no college star, man. I felt like I could have been, but
I think
there were circumstances beyond my control.
Yeah. I think you got hurt. You couldn't get it all the way up there.
Injuries,
what are you gonna do?
Injuries were played a major factor.
Yeah, and you look at Brady. Brady played in his case. That was his launch pad, right? It was an injury got him into greatness. So may have been hanging out as a backup his whole life. But no,
Yes,
for sure.
I saw one. I'm getting the last one. I think it was one about
Yeah.
Rod. It was talking about Rod Smith.
Mm-hmm.
It was asking about Rod Smith being underrated, and Rod Smith is the most underrated wide receiver that you've never heard of, because no one talks about Rod, because he wasn't drafted. He wasn't a prima donna. He wasn't a guy who said, "Look at me, I want the." But look at his numbers. Look at what Rod produced over his career.
Yeah.
And his ability to be dynamic in big games.
Nah, he was
Willing
a pro.
to block. And what's underrated by, I think, for a lot of wide receivers, they don't get credit. It just don't go on the stat sheet. But when you have a guy that rushes for 2,000 yards, what do you think those guys are doing in the run game?
Yep.
Ed McCaffrey, Rod Smith, Willie Green, putting in
Jerry
the
Rice.
blocking. Yeah. So you got it. So you have a receiver that's blocking when he's not getting the ball, unselfish, hardworking.
Yeah.
He needs to start getting mentioned in the Hall of Fame conversation, because it's time. Now I know they got a lot of guys that they're throwing up there, but we got to put Rod Smith up there to be able to have it. These are facts, man. I played with the dude. I know when I play with a Hall of Fame, I know it. I see it. I played with Shannon. I played with John. I played with Zimmer. I'm telling you, that dude is a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, I like Rod. He was solid, man, and that whole team was great. I mean, you guys were just awesome. So that was a lot of fun.
We would have beat the 94 49ers.
49ers. 55-10. I'm just kidding.
Hey, I didn't play in that one, so I don't know who y'all was playing.
Yeah, I know. That was before both of our times. But hey, man, you're a great man, and I always said I got into wine and I ended up meeting some really cool people, man. So thank you so much for doing this for us on the show.
Let's do it again sometime. All right. Hey, don't forget to go to drinkdefy.com, get some of this in you. Watch out the videos. We will be putting out a lot of workout videos very soon. I'm almost close to my goal of getting down to my chisel.
You're looking
frame.
Good, man.
My chisel
You're looking
frame.
good. You're making my 40-year-old body look.
I'm working on it. I got to have a goal. Have a goal of mine. It takes a lot. You know what? It takes a lot of, man. It takes. See, when you have to do that, it's hard to do this. You can't do this and do that.
So do the workout, do the Defy, get your wine,
and then nightcap. You gotta get the nightcap, man. All right, brother.
Cool, man. Thanks, Terrell. And
Anytime.
For those of you who are checking us out, be sure that you check out waltwines.com. Happy membership week, and thanks, man. Have a great afternoon. Good luck at Edgewood. I'll be rooting for you.
Better shape. You or Shannon? I think Shannon might be in better shape right now, but I'm coming for him.
Oh, yeah, you're coming for him.
I'm coming for him. Y'all need to know that. TD coming for Shannon.
Thanks, TD. Take it easy.
Yeah.
All right, everyone, thanks so much. You guys have a great week. That was a really lot of fun.